Ooh, kitty. Ooh, big kitty.
Now back with the Pet Project, the real-life Catwoman, Tammy Trujillo.
Maybe I'll be a lion for Halloween. Who knows? I got great stress relief here in the studio. Comes in the form of a Chihuahua. You know, pets are fantastic stress relief. They have actually done studies that petting a cat can lower your heart rate and your blood pressure. See? Another good reason to get a cat or a dog. This is Cody, in case you're watching us on the internet. Cody has decided to take a nap. He likes to turn away from the camera. He said, oh, man, quit turning me around and waking me up. Cody is a Chihuahua, and if you know the Chihuahua breed, they go places, they get a little uncomfortable, they do the Chihuahua shake, and they can look so sad. But Cody's actually not sad. He's quite happy to be here and was running around like a little nut a little while ago. But right now, he's like, oh, Mom, when we go home. That's Cody. He's a great little shelter dog we rescued quite a few years ago. Online with us is Diana Less with Angels for Animals. And Diana, you have done some amazing things getting your program all going.
Oh, yes. It's a constant battle, I'll tell you.
What's the situation out there in Ohio with the need for rescue for dogs and cats? We're having a tough time here in California, of course, because of the economy. What's it like there in Ohio?
Well, yes, that has contributed to the problems as far as, more and more people are abandoning their pets because they're losing their homes. We have an awful lot of foreclosure here. Our manufacturing jobs have gone away, and a lot of people are leaving the area, and they leave their pets behind. We have a lot of animal abandonment. We're currently working on a cat cleanup right now on the north side of Youngstown, which it's kind of bizarre. I mean, it was a group home, and the caregivers, they had to leave the home because the caregivers of the people weren't doing a very good job, and then they were feeding all these stray cats outside, and then they left the group home because they were forced to, and they just left the cats there.
Oh, gee.
And
how many cats?
It's this kind of stuff. I mean, Angels for Animals and other organizations in this area have done a pretty good job getting people to spay and neuter their own pets. The biggest problem in this area is the free roaming cats.
Right.
And so many people spay and neuter their own cats, but they feed other cats outside. And, when you talk to them about that and you ask them, well, why don't you, bring them in? We can spay them at a very low cost. And they'll say, well, I can't catch them. And then I'll say, well, we lend out cat traps. That's one of the services we provide at no cost. You just leave a deposit and borrow the trap. And then they'll say, well, they're not mine. And, of course, my answer is that it doesn't change anything. It doesn't change what's going to happen, and the result is going to be more unwanted kittens and cats born. In this area, we probably have about 50 kittens and cats for every home available.
Oh, my gosh.
And that sounds like an awful lot.
It sure does.
Except that when we started, I would guess that number was closer to 500 20 years ago.
Wow.
To tell you, just to give you a reason why I think that is because I could show you the phone logs from the second and third year that we were in business, and I mean, we were nobody, just a couple of farm girls. I mean, very few people even knew who we were, and yet we would get anywhere from 35 to 40 calls a day asking us to take cats and kittens, and each one of these calls would be, it wasn't single cats, it was litters. It would be 1 to 5 litters. And at the every day, I could add up these numbers and show up with 400 to 600 every day that they wanted us to take.
Wow.
And to give you an idea, now Angels for Animals is huge. I mean, we are the biggest animal helping organization in 3 counties. We actually handle more animals than all of the pounds and shelters in these 3 counties combined, and we probably are asked to take about 200 cats on the phone every day. So it's really a huge difference in the number of cats that are available, but because we have educated the public, they are more aware of the needs of the 50 cats now than they were of the 500 cats 20 years ago.
Well, you know, every shelter I know here in Southern California, or at least a good portion of them, also have the same program where they will lend you a trap to capture a feral cat. And it's an easy thing to do and get that animal spayed or neutered and bring it back even to the feral colony if you have to, but to stop this overpopulation, because I don't know what the euthanasia rate there in Ohio is, but it's not very good here. It's sky high.
Well, and the sad part is, I mean, the whole no-kill concept that's wonderful.
Yeah.
I don't want to kill any animals.
Of course
but
not.
I think we have to concentrate on no birth, because once the animals are born, the problem's here.
Right.
And, you know, people in America live in a small house or a condo. They have 1, 2, maybe 3 cats. They take good care of them. They're spayed and neutered. They live inside. They live 15 to 20 years. How often do they need another cat?
Right. Absolutely.
And the
Absolutely.
answer cannot come through adoption. And when people say, well, why can't the shelter adopt out more cats? Well, we can't compete with the free market.
You're
And every
absolutely
day,
right.
you know, our program at Angels is, I think, one of the best adoption programs around. Our adoption fee on a kitten is $100. The cat is tested for AIDS and leukemia, spayed, neutered, defleed, dewormed, rabies vaccinated, shots, boosters, and a microchip.
They're ready to go.
So the bill here on that service at a private vet would be between $400 and $500.
Absolutely, it would. Absolutely.
So if you put an item on the shelf at Walmart that was worth $400 to $500 and you put a $100 price tag on it, it would fly out.
You bet it would.
But people will call and say, $100 for a cat? Oh my, that's ridiculous. I want a free kitten. And I'll say, so in other words, you'll get a free kitten, and then you won't spend the $100 that just the spay will cost you, because that's about the average price in this area is about $100, and at a private vet. And, you know, and I said, then you'll be one of the people that will be, you know, part of the problem.
Now, and I know you've got a big Thanksgiving event coming up. We're going to break right now. We're going to catch up with you on the other side of these commercials, so don't you go anywhere. You're listening to The Pet Project.